cinema has that attribute, very immersive, and I believe it's the most powerful medium now. You can, it's like psychiatry. Everything is there. You can confront and examine everything, your psyche, and also it says a lot about, the inner. Especially the good cinemas are like that. It says a lot about what we are inside. I love the works of Belatar and Tarkovsky. They are my heroes. Bella is a good friend of mine. Yeah, we're working on that kind of. We're labeled as the slow cinema, but it's not slow cinema. It's cinema. Yeah. Well, it's always the framework of my film. One frame, long take. It's always like that. They move. I do little movements only, a little ponder, a little tilt up, tilt down. It's always one frame, one long take. It's pretty much inspired by the theory of Henri Bassan about long takes as more truthful, has more meaning into it. I'm not invalidating the other schools of cinema. I love it's all valid. The montage of Eisenstein, it's valid, but I'm more into that school of filmmaking, and yeah, I'm applying it. This one frame, long take.
I was described as the androgynous tikbalang. I don't know if I came across that way to you guys, but yeah, I play the androgynous tikbalang, one of the mythological creatures. I'm one of the single entity of the half horse and half man.
We're basically three aspects of one mythological personality.
Right, one
The
entity,
seductive
that's what I was gonna say.
Tikbalang, the androgynous Tikbalang, and I have to represent Senior Tikbalang. The Tikbalang, the man-horse character, is basically a playful, ancient demon monster who takes people around on circuitous routes so they can actually walk on their own to find the right way and the right direction. If you notice in the film, one of the characters wears his shirt inside out. That's supposed to be the antidote to getting lost. Okay. There's a long history about that. But what I want to say about working with Lab is probably one of the most collaborative directors I've ever worked with. He creates a very nurturing, safe working place that you feel free to create. Like, what do I know from Tikbalangs, First day, you're supposed to be a man horse. He just allows you to explore, and magical things do happen with a director like that.
Yeah.
This film is 17 years in the making. We started this in 1998, this film, and finally we were able to make it. When Bianca came on board 4 years ago, and then Paul last year, and we started shooting. The design, the photography treatment of the film was pretty much influenced by German expressionism and the comic book materials of the old Philippine, literature. So many, we reference on those things, and of course, film noir. We mix these things, a lot of contrasty lightings, the old 4x3, grainy, and yeah. And we use the new Red Dragon camera and some old lenses there, yeah. It's the chiaroscuro of the old cinema and comic book drawing illustrations, and yeah, it's a mix of these things, yeah.
Well, I'm definitely not here to change or to alter Philippine cinema. We just want to provide an alternate, kind of just from my young experience. I'm just a very young filmmaker in the industry, and just some of my observations is that Philippine cinema tends to have a very mainstream audience, meaning in typical Hollywood blockbusters, romantic comedies. Those are the kind of cinemas or the kind of film that people run to back home. So when you have something like a Love Diaz, where I feel, and one of the reasons why I felt that this film had to be made was the story was just so powerful, and it's just encouraging. It would be encouraging for me to see more people appreciate all sorts of Philippine cinema. I reiterate what Lav said. I'm not invalidating the films of the Philippines. I'm just saying that if you could also kind of maybe look to the left and see that there is other filmmakers out there with stories that are very powerful. And I guess one of the validations we have for this film is that we're here in Berlin. And if just the Filipinos can realize the importance of this film's message, it could easily spark another revolution that we're just so in dire need of. I'm talking to Lab and Bianca about showing this before the Philippine presidential elections, which happen in May. Our country has been kind of a hamster on a wheel. We just keep going in circles. And if you could just watch again that scene with Isagani and his uncle, if we can just show that particular scene on television or in every school, and have the youth understand that it is in our hands to change what it is we want, and that our children and our children's children can experience great Philippine cinema and just a great country. Because the reason we fight for our country, at least personally, is because we love it. I love it. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of hanging on here behind Lab, because he's got such a passion for the Philippines and its cinema, and a little part that I could do to help him out. And we're here in Berlin, and honestly, the next stop for this film is honestly back home. It has to be shown back home. And for all the Philippine media here, if you can just kind of tell all the cinemas back home to give us that opportunity. Yes, it's 8 hours, but it could be the most important 8 hours of your life, and it could spark one person to kind of speak up for today's generation, and who knows what will happen. But it's exciting, though.